slip of a bolt, there's a tiny revolt, the seed of a war in the creak of a floorboard. A storm can begin with the flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day starts with the tick of a clock. All escapes start with the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, 'cause if you're little you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top, you won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wearing, you might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. That's the bridge and almost all the final chorus of Naughty, which is the kind of the, well, it's the second number in the show, and it's Matilda's manifesto, I guess. It was really hard to write for her, actually. In fact, we went through 2 workshops without her having a song. The reason we found it hard to write for her is because she's undemonstrative. As soon as you make her sing, it becomes a bit Annie, but when I wrote Naughty, suddenly it brought her alive and made her more a character who held her own destiny in her hand. The whole song is you change your own story. She became active instead of passive, and the whole thing came alive. Dales opens Matilda, the book, with this big rant about parents who think their kids are special, which is hilarious, right? He managed to write a story about how special kids are, which opens with a rant about how these little maggots are just snotty little average people. And it just appealed so much to me. So the whole I love the moment when this show starts. This kid sings, my mummy says I'm a miracle. My daddy says I'm a special little guy. I am a princess and I am a prince. Mum says I'm an angel sent down from the sky. And all these parents who have brought their 4-year-olds, even though we said it's 6 and up, because they think they're miracles, are immediately mocked by our show. It's fantastic. It's really fun to watch all the parents. I don't think they even get it, though. We had to find a way to make the Trunchbull sing without her just being a same old monster. We had this idea that she should sing about hammer throwing, because she used to be an Olympic hammer thrower. And I did a bit of research into hammer throwing and just noticed that the sort of fundamental rule of hammer throwing is you can't step outside the line. And that as a metaphor for someone obsessed by rules was perfect. And so she, you know, her first song starts in 5/4, and it's all angular and semitonal. Look at my trophies, see how these trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion 1969? And then, but it resolves into, if you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. If you want to have success, you don't need happiness or tenderness. You just have to keep your feet inside the line. And it becomes like a school hymn, basically. So finding this balance between someone who, in the end, we find out is a murderer. And that's what you have to remember with Dale. Trunchbull's not just a mean headmistress. She's a murderer, spoiler alert. But you can't have her sing the song of a murderer. You have to have her sing a song of bureaucracy. I think it does feel modern. It isn't contemporary in the sense that I'm trying to draw from Justin Bieber, but it's not like kids' musical theatre from days gone by, because it's kids walk out being naughty. They walk out, the final song is, we are revolting children living in revolting times. You know, it makes them feel invigorated and defiant, and it has a real message of anti-establishment and of using your childness to defy people who try and slap you down, who try and keep you inside the line, you know. And so I guess in that sense it's modern, and the music drives and is, you know, has drums and stuff when it needs to. Whoa, never again will she get the best of me. Never again will she take away my freedom. And we won't forget the day we fought for the right to be a little bit naughty. Never again will the chokey door slam. Never again will I be bullied. And never again will I doubt it when my mummy says I'm a miracle. Never again will we live behind bars. Never again, now that we know we are revolting children living in revolting times. We sing revolting songs using revolting rhymes. We'll be revolting children till our revolting's done, and we'll have the trunchbull bolting. We're revolting. For some reason, I'm very attracted to writing the top of the second act first, because it feels like if you know what that is, then you know where you're going and where you've come from. And I had this idea that the kids, the cast, not Matilda, none of the protagonists or antagonists, but the kids in general would sing a song about what it is to be a kid and what you aspire to. And Miss Honey would end singing it because we as adults actually all still feel like children, and that's what Dial's about, this sort of child inside the adults. So anyway, I wrote When I Grow Up. First was the first thing I delivered to Matthew and everyone. When I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath your bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that mums pretend that mums don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up. When I grow up, when I grow up. It's hard to get your head around, really. I mean, we wrote it for a 3-month season for a Christmas show in Stratford-upon-Avon, but I don't think you ever write a musical with this much development over 2 years without a sense of, oh, it'd be good if people liked it and we could go to London with it. And by the time we opened it in Stratford, I think we felt like we had something special. It's a great thing about writing, not writing with Broadway as your intent. It was written to tell the story, not to please a perceived audience, or, you know. And I think if in anything you make, if you stay true to the artistic goal of the thing, then there's a chance lots of people might like it as much as you do as the writer. And but I can't read music. I didn't expect to write a musical that went to Broadway. I'm a self-taught pianist from West Australia. It's all beyond, you know, Americans like to talk about their dreams. I never dared, you know. I dreamed I might be able to play in piano bar, you know. But just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on your chin and wear it, then nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top you, might as well be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. And nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.